Hey folks, welcome back to Let's Play Nioh. I know Serious JG. Been, I guess, a little out of practice with this game, but not really, because I did grind for levels a little bit since the last time I recorded. First thing I want to do in this video is show you guys how I grinded for levels. So as you can see, we've got all these characters. Sometimes they'll switch off. I was playing as Okatsu off screen, which is why she's grayed out right now, because I can't switch to her. We have the various other ladies that we can play as. Tachibana Ginchio Fuku and Senji Tome, but only one monster, which is kind of surprising to me. The rest are a bunch of male characters that we can play as. I thought we would show off the Obsidian Samurai, who's actually called the Obsidian Samurai. So we'll transform to this guy. And what I want to show you is the way that I used to off-screen was this level where you catch a one of those Kappa enemies, the turtle guys, and there's only like 3 different places in the level he can spawn. You can get to him, win the level. Once you get it down, you can win the level in like less than 5 minutes pretty easily, and the reward you get for completing the mission is most of what you get experience-wise. But I've already done it on screen, but this Mountain of Remorse submission is another one. You can now do this real fast once you know. Once you're not like exploring the level and looking in every nook and cranny for Kadamas. I don't even know if this level had Kadamas. But it's just a small part of that long mission we did tracking down Mitsunari Ishida. Or Ishida Mitsunari, I suppose. I can never remember. I know the family name comes before the individual name when written but not spoken. I don't know. But this is a level where it's a subsection of that map, and if you just do only what's necessary to win this level and run past a lot of enemies, which our ninja build is really well suited for, this becomes pretty easy. This is one of very few enemies that I bother to kill on this level, because it's just kind of more trouble than it's worth to avoid it. But here, run past that guy, run across the bridge. Enemy starts to revive. We don't care. A guy will shoot at us from range. He won't hit us because we're moving. Those little breaks to drop down a level actually give you enough rest to keep your stamina full up, because I've got all the stamina boosting passives. This guy appears. That slows you down for a second, but while he's doing his little pose, you can run past him. You can run past this guy and run into this room. Open the door. We are now near the boss room. That guy follows us. You can stop and fight him if you feel like it. But this gives you like many times more experience than that last one did. And all you have to do is fight the boss at the end of the level. It's not a super easy one, but still, you get a lot of experience for it. In theory, you get good at it after a while. I never really did, but got all my boosts and stuff going here. Waiting for another enemy to spawn, because this is an area where different enemies are going to spawn. This is not the tough part. The tough part is that boss from level 1 that keeps coming back over and over and over again. He's going to come back again. And the real issue is that those long-range dudes are going to come out with them. I hate them. Best thing that you can do is to just keep attacking, because every time I tried to run away, I got into trouble with the ranged guys messing with me, and they all die automatically once you take out the boss. So that's the thing. Got a decent chunk of experience for doing that, and it took very little time. I'm actually relieved that went pretty smoothly. I was doing it off screen. I did it maybe half a dozen times total to level up twice, and cashing in all the items without really, other than looking for better versions of the Iga Ninja gear I'm already using. I just sold everything for experience, and you do that half a dozen times, and I was leveling up, so it's pretty good. Not every time went smoothly. There were 1 or 2 times where I actually failed because I was getting there fighting close and got killed, or other times where I was trying to fight from a distance, and that actually made things more complicated and difficult. But in the end, yeah, I'm quite relieved that when I did it on screen, it went smoothly. Because it generally went smoothly, but not every time. For sure. So without spending a whole lot of time carefully going through these, which means I might be giving up things that I don't already have. The hat from the Strategist of Legends set. I figure the same types of items tend to drop. And I will be coming back doing this off screen probably again. So turn all that stuff in. As you can see, I was pretty close to 0 Amaret, and now I'm at 40k, and you need to level up now about I'm at about 400,000, and I need about 1.3 million to level up. So yeah, you can see how you do that 5 or 6 times, you're going to level. So now let's go back to the Hidden Tea House and switch back to William. We had a little brief moment for the Obsidian Samurai to shine. But we'll switch back to William, who is in ninja gear. He's going full out ninja. You do not have to go full out ninja, but it is the strategy that has been the most successful for me in this game. Particularly when you want to off-screen grind and just quickly breeze through a mission rather than fighting all the enemies. Which is something I've discovered is incredibly useful. It is not how I was doing things at first. I was replaying missions slowly and carefully, and it wasn't always the best way to get experience because you just couldn't afford to ever screw up. So now we have our main mission, the Samurai from Sayama. No, that's done. Our main mission is Demon King Revealed. Spoilers, this is kind of the last regular mission. But there's an epilogue mission, and there's why am I giving away the spoilers? I guess it's fair to know. I mean, the story is building up to crescendo, but I mean, unless you're Japanese or play a lot of these games, I guess it doesn't feel like that big a deal that they're bringing back Nobunaga, because like every character from this period of history is featured. So why would this be a big deal? Well, the game is treating it like it would be a big deal for Nobunaga to be brought back. And this is kind of the main story mission conclusion. But there is a big epilogue mission, and then there's a bunch of DLC missions that I got. So I want to be pretty prepared for this before we go. It's a long, difficult mission from what I have heard. To get ready, we could do the Ghosts of Sawayama, or we could do the Inheritance. Ghosts of Sawayama is technically easier. Also, if we're going to go back to that Sawayama Castle map, which I have now had plenty of time to forget the exact layout, but I came to hate it while looking for all the little spirit fellas there. We might as well do that now. Also, it seems like we're missing those 7, but these 2 maps do not feature any. I'm surprised that the Inheritance, which I think it's going to be a brand new map because it's Honnoji. It doesn't have any Kadama, so I think the Kadama left over from the main mission are all that's left. So let's do. Oh, also this mission is going to give us a Guardian Spirit. Well, let's do Ghosts of Sawayama. The battle at Sawayama Castle is ended, but beneath the castle, the foreigner's loathsome engine still remains. There have been it's like an American engine. It's not as efficient as a Japanese engine. There have been reports of some sort of mysterious crystalline things. It's a Spanish engine, actually, I guess, or English. It depends on where you think the villain is from. There have been reports of some sort of mysterious crystalline things appearing. Such perversions have no place in the coming world of peace. And so, Sir Engine, I ask you to get rid of all crystals. I ask you to move this machine from beneath the castle, along with any yokai that may be there too. Once again, I am shamed by my own powerlessness. There was one who said he saw a certain general. There was one who said he saw a certain general from the Osaka faction among the soldiers who fled. Be wary. So I don't remember off the top of my head. There's probably people watching this who know either the history or the Koei version of history better than me and know who the Osaka faction is. I don't remember who the Osaka faction is, so I'm not sure which prior boss we may be fighting again. I hope it's not. I'm getting really sick of fighting Magoichi. Sawayama Castle stands on the banks of Lake Biwa, scenic Lake Biwa in Omi Province. After Ishida Mitsunari renovated it for himself, it was renowned for its grandeur, so much so that it soon became known as one of the 2 things that was too good for him, the other one being Shima Sakon. Now it has lost its beautiful central keep along with its lord and is nearing the end of its usable lifespan. This looks a lot more like a cave picture than... Oh, okay, we're starting off in Snake Zone, which I guess is where we ended the last mission, so that'll be kind of an interesting change in perspective. Interesting music. Something seems to be going on below. I can really just charge ahead and not worry too much about searching carefully, though. So the fact that I'm moving slowly is just my play style. The people who are still bearing with the LP at this point are obviously okay with my playstyle. If you really hate the way that I'm moving slowly and taking my time, you would have ditched this LP by now, I would hope. But, that being said, I find it really the only way that makes sense to play. Like, I was going to be all samurai, and I was doing like axes and heavy-duty wappets, but the ninja thing has just worked out really well. And the fact that every mission is either indoors or at night or both just makes it feel incredibly natural that you would do this approach. Oh wow, I really was asleep at the wheel about the fact that all these guys were there. I was looking for yokai. See if I can spread out the group a little bit. If I can get her to follow me and spread the group out, I will be pleased. Doesn't look like that's going to happen, though. Although somehow it has happened after all. To the point where I can probably kill him from behind and just finish this. He really wasn't that alert after he just got tuckered out by... Who is that and why is he surprised? Oh, maybe Mitsunari is still alive. Or it might be Sakon. I don't remember who the Osaka faction is. Next location is Osaka. Okay, yeah, somebody told me you're supposed to sneak up on those guys and they're easy to defeat as long as they don't see you coming. They're not really that dangerous if you know what you're doing anyway. I always used poison on them in the past, in part because poison just really works on them, but it's not really necessary if you're... There's not that many enemies in this game. There's a couple of enemies that I hate no matter what circumstance I fight them in, like the Tengu. The Raven Tengu guys. And I'm not that crazy about the monster monks with the big long tongues either. But most enemies in this game, if you can get them into a one-on-one fight, you're okay. It's when you get yourself in a situation fighting multiple enemies at the same time that you're usually screwed. Our friend. Shit, I want to defeat this thing. I don't summon a giant ball to come kill me. Sometimes that happens, and it's difficult to know when you've triggered a giant ball. So you guys are just happy to hang out here with yokai, huh? So in story, I'm the only one who can fight yokai, and that's why it's really tough for like Naomasa Lee to show up and do battle. Seems to me like I'm just killing yokai and regular dudes. Can't tell what side of me this thing is on. Or honestly, I can't even tell if I'm supposed to be fighting it or need to fight it. Large spirit stones. So those give you Amarita when you use them as an item, but like principally they're used because Amarita recharges your spirit meter, so you're supposed to use it to extend your spirit weapon stuff, which I haven't really bothered with, but I might have to learn how to do that kind of nonsense as the game continues. I should have used an elixir before picking that one up, because I'm not at perfect health. But those, is it just me or do those candles suddenly pop in and they weren't appearing before? This is not the kind of graphical glitchiness I expect in PS4. Come on. Is that some dude on the floor? There's certainly guys making noise. You drop an elixir? No, you didn't. You dropped a medicine case. He's just kind of chilling out on the floor, hanging out with the corpse of his friend. Yeah, I do find fighting these guys a lot easier with the Kusarigama than anything else. Okay. I guess there's a boss at the end of all this, and he's taunting us. Oh, one of you. I thought that said useless taunt, but... Oh man, he dropped in an elixir. I didn't notice until I'd already started slamming the button to pick up loots. And, you know, old habits die hard, but I really don't need to carefully explore every nook and cranny. There's no... Because I already know there's no Adami here. Warriors, warriors. Come out and play. I don't really care about fighting you, warriors, warriors. I thought at first, like, oh, like, I was thinking back to my Ninja Gaiden Let's Plays. I still need to do the third Ninja Gaiden game for, Xbox and PS3, or PS3, but I was thinking back to my Ninja Gaiden Let's Plays where I wasn't really getting that many comments, and the comments I was getting were all coming from the same guy who kept calling me a pussy because of my way I was playing. But no, in this game, amongst my Nioh, and I was told up front, oh, Nioh is Tecmo-Koei's attempts to make a Ninja Gaiden game, like the modern Ninja Gaiden game. So I was told by people, like, I was expecting people to think I was a puss if I didn't fight every Revenant in every level and, like, didn't 100% complete. And then people pretty much told me, stop fighting those things on screen. Do that on your own time. You're wasting our time. So I was surprised by that. But that is kind of what people were saying. They didn't want me fighting Revenants on screen. Now, I will be annoyed if I find out I missed one of these, because I think the story is going to involve me taking out each of the crystals and enemy generators. See, that's how you're supposed to do that, I believe. Damn! I didn't realize I was taking damage. I was blocking the whole time. That went very poorly indeed. Alright, well. since I have an easy way to grind for Summoner's Candles, I don't ever really, unless it's a very lengthy level, and I'm not worried at all about leveling up, I really don't worry about using Summoner's Candles anymore. So we got all of our... Got all of our health back. I'm not going to worry too much about getting revenge, because we'll have to go kill those guys eventually just to clear the level. And it should be all the rooms where I've already cleared out a crystal or a machine are already cleared. The enemies will be there, but the crystals and machines will not. So I don't have to worry too much. Do have to worry about you, because I've never found a good way, once they've found you, to not take some damage against these jerks. They usually spray you with flames and set you on fire and do some damage. So I'm just going to keep on keeping on here and try to progress in the level. Oh, this is not the way I came before. So I took that out without alerting them. Well, I did alert them, but... Oh, he slowed me down. Try not to waste too much of my own magic on this guy. But maybe I should have just used some of my own magic. Okay. Yeah, so that was a... I'm not taking the same path as before, so this will not lead to revenge on the guys who killed me before. But that's probably not that big of a problem. Don't know exactly what kind of enemy this is, but I'll... Oh, it's you. Okay, you are, like, probably the boss for this zone. Is he immune to that or something? Damn, I'm not doing well here. Finally got that to stick. Ouch. Damn, he's so close to being defeated, too. Whew. That hurt. Oh, but I guess we won. So I never got revenge on those guys who killed me, but we won the level anyway. I could go looking for them. They would be now kneeling down. They would either, if they were yokai, be defeated, or if they were human enemies, they would be kneeling down and paying obedience. But, we've won the level, so let's just get on with it. So Demonoid Yoshitsugu Otani, I think his name is. Yeah, we killed him. First try, used lots and lots and lots of items, but we did it. And by first try, I mean first try in this mission. We'd already fought him before. He is a recycled boss. I got the Smasher achievement because that's probably the third time I defeated him. Sir Engine, I am truly in your debt. You have restored peace to Sayama Castle. The rest you may leave to us. For the sake of the peace that Lord Ieyasu longs for, no sign of what has happened here can be allowed to remain. I must ask you too, Sir Engine, not to let word of this pass your lips. So we got... I'm trying to see what, Here we got a... Hinomotogo, a Summoner's Candle. Well, there you go. I don't even need to replace one. And a Spirit Iron Fragment times 9. A Spirit Iron Fragment times 9. Good use of English there, JG. So next time, I think we will go to Honnoji and do that side mission. And then we will be, as far as I know, out of side missions in the main game. Because I don't think the epilogue chapter includes epilogue side missions, but I guess we'll find out. And everything I've heard indicates I'm going to want to grind for levels before I attempt the DLC. I'm the Mysterious JG. I want to thank you guys very much for watching. I hope you'll join me next time for the incident at Honnoji. Not that one, a different one. Bye-bye.